Hi, I'm David. One of the most amazing things you'll see as you direct a VBS is the impact it makes not only on the children, but also on the volunteers. VBS is an excellent opportunity for many teens and adults to find, use, and develop the gifts God has given them. Because it's a relatively short-term commitment, and because there are so many different ways to serve, virtually everyone can be part of your VBS. The strong team spirit that is created by working together at VBS carries over into the larger life of the church. It brings new unity and friendships, and many who never found a place to serve Christ before can begin by volunteering at VBS. You want to begin by assessing your needs. List all of the jobs that need to be done, no matter how small. Then decide which tasks can be combined and done by one person. Factor in the ratio of small group leaders to students. Use the guidelines in the Director's Planning Guide to evaluate the number of volunteers that you need. Basically, the rule is this: the younger the group of children, the more leaders needed for that group. Children under 2 need an adult for every 3 children. Preschoolers need an adult for every 4 to 6 children. 6 to 8-year-olds need an adult for every 6 to 8 children. 10 to 12-year-olds need an adult for every 8 to 12 children. But remember, those are the barest minimum. As long as the adults are trained so that they know what to do, you almost could not have too many. Now, recruiting is not only about the number of people you need, but the quality of the people you want at your VBS. This is one of the most critical duties as a VBS director. You want to match your volunteers' gifts and abilities with the tasks to be done. Be sure to start early. Use and adapt the director's checklist in the Director's Planning Guide to schedule your recruiting efforts. Pray. God is far more interested in your VBS than you are, so first ask Him, then ask them. Taking this step seriously helps you to avoid asking people in a panic to just find one more live body. Ask the VBS team leaders you have already enlisted to recruit with you. This increases the pool of people from whom you draw volunteers. Next, use written job descriptions for each position. Find these job descriptions on the Director's Planning Guide CD-ROM and modify them as you need to. Be sure that everyone knows what opportunities are available before, during, and after VBS. Place copies of recruiting flyers on the church bulletin, bulletin boards, your church website, social media, whatever reaches your congregation best. On the preview DVD, there is a video you can show in church services. People are more likely to commit to a program they know something about. And people are not likely to get excited about joining a group that always seems to be making desperate pleas for help. Tell everyone the amazing opportunities that are coming and what your vision is. Help people imagine what God can do in your church through VBS. As they gain a vision, God's Spirit will move and God's people will respond. Get full contact information for possible prospects and keep the same list going year to year. Remember, your goal is to help each person find a way to serve. So consider everyone in your congregation. A good first step is a personal message through social media, a postcard, or letter. It's helpful to give the prospect time in order to prayerfully consider the matter without pressure. Then follow up with a phone call to answer any questions and to see if the person has made a decision. If you're recruiting a large number of volunteers, share the interview responsibilities with your co-directors and team leaders. Meet with several prospects at a time, and do avoid the temptation to arm twist. You want volunteers who are committed, enthusiastic, and ready to go. Some directors get the jump on this process by having the flyers and applications ready and available at their church's fall or winter ministry events. It's the perfect time to begin recruiting, and it also helps people see VBS as a vital part of the church ministry, not an add-on. When you get applications, you must screen all potential volunteers who will be in contact with the children. This not only protects the children, but also protects your church from potential false allegations of abuse. Check with appropriate leaders to find out which leaders have already been screened. Don't consider anyone who has not been a faithful attendee or church member of your church for at least 6 months to 1 year. Have every person fill out an application every year, even a well-known veteran. In the application process, be sure to complete the same background check process your church has already set up for children's ministry. If your church does not subscribe to a background service, set up your church with the Department of Justice to receive a live scan service. A live scan check is now common practice for people who work with children on a regular basis. Some law enforcement agencies will do this for free, but even if it costs money, the price is worth the peace of mind. Ask for references and check them. In addition, call any former churches at which a prospect volunteered. Check with both the pastor and the person in charge of the area which he or she served. Remember that in a week of VBS, volunteers have as much access to children as they might have in several months of weekend church services. If a volunteer refuses to complete any of these steps, simply thank the applicant and let them know that church policy prohibits their contact with kids. Inform the pastor and other church leaders about your decision so they can support you. By following these steps, you'll be recruiting the best and brightest VBS volunteers ever. Now you can enjoy watching God at work in their lives as they discover the fun of serving children and giving their gifts back to the Lord.